Good morning, welcome to our channel and welcome to our homestead. If you're new here, my name is Jamie, and I have been homesteading with my husband for, 26 years now. It's been a long time. And today I wanted to talk to you about vacationing and homesteading full-time. I know that can be kind of a tricky subject, and I know a lot of people are wondering because the majority of our videos up until this year have been all about my husband and I building out vans and buses into campers and traveling. And now I'm like, okay, look, I have a homestead. And you're probably wondering how I've done both. We're kind of in a really special situation that I know a lot of people aren't. I have parents who live right down the street from me, and they love the homestead. They love to farm. So they are more than happy to come out and feed and water everybody while we're gone. I also have a son who also lives very close to me, who comes out and helps out too when needed. So I know I'm a lot more fortunate than a lot of people because I do have a lot of help. We also have friends who think that homesteading is quite the novelty, and so in a pinch, one of those will also be more than willing to come out and take care of things while we're away. So that's really good. What I really wanted to talk to you about, especially to those of you who are new to homesteading and just getting into it, you know, at first it's so exciting and you're in such a hurry and you want to get everything done really quickly and build your homestead and put in your gardens and get your animals and plant your trees, and all of that is great, and I am 100% for that because the sooner you start, the sooner you start producing. So I do understand that drive. But if you don't pace yourself, and if you don't take breaks, and if you don't take care of yourself, burnout is a real thing. And not even just at the beginning. I mean, like I said, we've been doing this most of our adult lives, and it can get really hard. You know, if you have to get up every single morning at 6 a.m. and be outside to collect the eggs and feed the animals, and then in the summertime, you're out here, you know, picking the things that need to be picked right in the morning, and then you're back out here to pick your tomatoes in the afternoon, and in the meantime, you're putting all of these things away and freezing them and dehydrating them and canning them, and it's a lot. It is a lot. It is a fun life, but it is a lot. And if that is your whole life, you're going to get tired, and you're going to get tired quick. So it's important to take time away from your farm and keep those hobbies going and keep those interests going. And now for us, we're special, like I said, because we have so many people here who can help us. So we can go away for a 4-day trip or a week-long trip, and we know that our animals are taken care of. I wouldn't go during the summer in the middle of garden season, but you know, plan accordingly. But we do take a lot of trips and get time away and rest and sleep in and rejuvenate. And then when we come back to the farm, we've missed it and we're excited and we have all of that energy again. So I would encourage everybody out there, if you're new homesteaders, if you're not new homesteaders, you know, make sure you're taking that time. And if you don't have a neighbor right now, I mean, reach out to your community. If you have other homesteaders, they are also probably needing a break, and maybe you can take turns. You know, you take care of their homestead while they go, they take care of yours. Maybe you have friends who think that it's a novelty to go out and play with the farm animals. You know, and find you someone who can come out and take care of your animals, and maybe you just go for a weekend or an overnight or a staycation, you know, in your hometown. But you really need to take those opportunities to go and do those things so that you don't get burned out on your homestead. And next week, I hope you'll join me because we're going to talk about how you can set up your farm to be able to have someone coming off the street and take care of things and know that they're going to know what to do and how to do it, and your animals are going to be, you know, well taken care of. So we're going to discuss that next week. But this week I wanted to just discuss why it's important to take these breaks and go and do things. And I also want to give you guys a glimpse of the van that we built, because most of you, like us, if you're homesteading, all of your extra money goes into your homestead. You know, if you have an extra 40, 50, 60 bucks, you're spending it on seeds or, you know, trees or fencing or whatever that is. So if you're thinking, gosh, how am I going to be able to go stay in all of these hotels or do all of these things? Well, what we did, and if you go and look at our back, you know, channels, we started out really simply with our first van. I mean, everything was built in like 2 days. Very cheap, very simple. We just went and bought I think it was a 5-passenger van. It was very tiny. And we turned it into a little mini camper. And then we were able to go and stay at, you know, campgrounds around here, I think around about $30 a night, $25 a night. If you're out west, they're free. I mean, you have all of this land that's completely free to stay in. And then we upgraded from there to I think that was a 15-passenger shuttle bus. And that one got more, you know, elaborate. And that one was really great. But we downsized from that because it was just too big. And we like to go boating, and we like to pull toys when we go camping. So we downsized to what we have now, which is just a basic, I think it was a, let's see, 3, 6, might have had 3 back seats in this van. But it's just a regular cargo van, you know, passenger cargo van. And this one's kind of a middle of the road build. It's a little bit more than, it's definitely more than you would need if you're just starting out. But it, you know, it checks all the boxes. It gives us a comfortable place to sleep. It gives us, you know, a way to cook our food, and you know, it's basically glorified tent camping. But for those of us who are too old and decrepit to lay down in a tent. If I lay down in a tent, I don't think I'd be able to get up. I just have to lay there and live the rest of my life on the ground. So I require like a real bed. But anyway, if that's something that you're interested in, I hope that you'll stick around, and we're going to go over here and look at the van. And I hope you'll join me next week, and we'll talk about how to set up your farm for having someone just straight off the street. Anybody who's never seen your farm before can just walk in off the street and take care of your animals. And you know, that's important anyway, because you'll never know, you know, when you're going to get sick. Like my husband and I got COVID during the year that COVID first came out, and it was really bad, and we were really, really sick for over a month. And then our family members started getting COVID, and then you're like, okay, well, now everybody that I've trained to take care of my farm is now sick and can't do it. Now what do I do? So next week we're going to discuss how I've set up this farm so that any person right off the street who's never been here before can take care of all of my animals, and I know that they're being taken care of correctly. So join me next week, subscribe if you haven't, and let's go take a look at the van. Here's an outside look of our van that we've turned into a camper. As you can tell, our biggest change we made is we added an air conditioner to the roof. Now this is the smallest RV air conditioner that we could find, and it goes right through the roof, and it keeps this van extremely cold. And if you followed along with us before, you know that we're in the southeast, so we don't have access to all of the boondocking that people have out west. So when we're going camping, we are exclusively staying in campgrounds, so there is power and water at every spot. So it made sense for us to add an air conditioner, because down here in the south it's hot pretty much all but 3 months of the year. So an air conditioner was kind of a must for us, and it makes it quite pleasant inside. But let me take you inside and show you around. Okay, here's an inside look. So I'm starting my sticker door, which doesn't have a whole lot because it's kind of new. Here is the divider between the driver's section and the house section, and you can see the AC up there on the roof. Down here is our jackery that we use to power things when we're on the road, our cooler, and then this is our little makeshift kitchen. So we have a microwave, which we use when we are camping somewhere that has power, and this is kind of our kitchen catch-all area. And then right here is a little table, a little lap table that we can put on the bed when we're playing games or when we're eating or whatever. And then right here is a little cooler that we take with us when we're, going out and about walking somewhere. And then our sign. And then this is our bed. Hang on just a second, let me get inside. So here is our bed right here. It is just a twin, yes. We do snuggle when we stay in it. We're getting ready to add a pull-out that pulls from here out to here. That will give us much more room before we go camping again. And then right here, as you can see, there is a cut through. And that is because in the back right here is the potty in case I need to go on the road, because I have a very tiny bladder. And so if I had to pull over every time, we would never get anywhere. So I climb through and go there. And then we are still running wires, so that's why this part here is open. But we have a light right here, and we have another light right here that aren't plugged in the moment, because in the back there, down on the ground, there's just a regular boat battery that runs those two 12 volts, but it's out right now being charged. And then up there in the top, we have a smoke/carbon dioxide detector to make sure everything is safe. And then you can see I have the back windows blacked out, mainly for privacy, since that is also the bathroom. And then I've got little curtains. This curtain pulls all the way across the double doors to give me complete privacy, if we're in here changing or at night when we're sleeping. But that's our camper so far. Hope you like it. Okay, well, thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed the look at our new van, and I hope this has given you some things to think about in starting your homestead and how you can have a life outside of homesteading. And I hope you'll join me next Monday when we talk about how to make it safe for just anybody to take care of. And I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.